Hello guys, and this is the Russian Genius, and in this video I will be showing you a control that looks something like this. So any card is selected. Let's say that it's this one, which is the 9 of clubs. So the 9 of clubs is gonna be the selection in this case. I'm gonna be placing it, as you can see, around the center, and right now it's actually on top of the deck. So as you can see, 9 of clubs on top of the deck, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the 9 of clubs once again, place it around the center, and when I snap my fingers, then it jumps all the way into my hand. The 9 of clubs, the card that we selected. Let's do it one last time and then we will move on to the tutorial. So in this case it is the Queen of Clubs. So the Queen of Clubs is the card that we are gonna be placing inside the center, and right now we have controlled the Queen, and as you can see, it's not on top, there is the Joker, but just like that it jumps all the way to the top of the deck. So that's how it looks like, and let's move on to the tutorial. So here's how this control is done. So for explanation purposes, I'm gonna be using the Ace of Spades to explain how this is done. So a card is selected from the deck. Let's say it is the Ace of Spades in this case. You're going to get a pinky break below the top card. I use the pinky count. If you don't know how to do the pinky count, there's gonna be a link in the description if you want to learn it. It looks something like this, but if you want, then you can just take it out and push it with your thumb, but I recommend learning the pinky count. Then the card, you place it on top, and now you have 2 cards above your pinky. So now you have a break below 2 cards, and now you are almost gonna do a double lift. What I do is I push over the 2 cards as one. You can also push it like this, but I prefer this push over for many reasons. But also you can just take it like that if you want to. So simply take it, and then you are going to strip the bottom card from the selection, the Ace of Spades in this case. I do this, and then my bottom fingers, pinky ring and middle finger, they're going to strip the bottom card from the double, and then I'm going to turn the Ace of Spades over. So in speed it looks like this. So Ace of Spades, I take it just like that, and then I have turned over the Ace of Spades, and this is a double. And now I am easily able to place it inside the center, and the selection is on top. So that is basically how you do it. From this angle it might be a little bit easier to do, so it looks something like that. And there is the Ace of Spades, place it inside the center, and now it is on top. When I do it from other angles, then I like to do it like this. So once again, I do that, I get a double, push it over as one, and then I like to turn over the card like this, and then place it on top of the double before placing it inside the center. This is a really nice control with a different variation of getting a double lift. I know that a lot of people and a lot of magicians, they usually do this. They ask a spectator to pick a card, and then they do a top change, and then they do a double lift. And that is, in my opinion, a good way of getting a double, but if you want to do it faster, then you are able of just doing that. instead of doing the top chains and then making the card second from the top. So it's something that's quite interesting, quite fun to practice, and that's all I kind of wanted to say. I will show you this once again in slower speed, so even complete beginners can follow along. And if you don't know how to do this pushover, then just make sure to check out the link in the description. If you don't know how to do this double lift or this double lift, then there will be links in the description to those double lifts that you can learn. So in slower speed it looks something like this. So I have the selection, I get a pinky break below the top card, square it up 2 cards above the pinky, push it over as 1, take it, strip the bottom card as you can see right there, and then I usually turn it over like this, and then place it on top of the deck depending on which angles I'm doing it from. Push it over once again, square it up to the deck, and simply place it in the center, and now of course it is all the way on top. So that is how it's done. If I'm performing for people on the right side but not on the other sides, then I would do it like this. So I would turn over the ace of spades like that, instead of turning it over the other way. Here's what I mean. Instead of turning over the ace of spades like this and then placing it on top of the deck, then I would rather do it like this. I would place it and I would simply turn it over like that. And the reason for why is because if I am performing for people that are on this side of me, then I would not be flashing. But if I'm also doing it for people in front of me and maybe a little bit to the left side, if you are doing this with the other hand, then of course just reverse the angles. But if I'm doing it for more than people on just the right side, if this makes any sense, then I would rather do it like this, where I turn it over, because then I am not flashing as much when I do the control to place it in the center and control it to the top. So yes, that was all I wanted to show you. Thank you guys really much for watching. I really hope that you enjoy this tutorial. This is something that's, you know, this is a fun idea, fun to practice. This is a fun way of getting a double lift without worrying too much about the angles. If you do it this way, where you take the card and then turn it over like that, then it's almost angle proof, depending on how you do it. So let me show you a way that you can do it where the angles are almost angle proof, if this makes any sense. So you can do it like this, and then simply turn over the deck, and in the action of stripping it out, then you can twist the deck around to blur the motion of stripping out the card. So in speed it would look like this. I would do it like that, take it, and then I would twist my hand to blur out the action. I can turn it over, and then I place it on top. And just like that, this control is angle proof. As I said before, there are other magicians that use other ways of getting a double. For instance, they have 2 of diamonds, a single card, and then magicians, they would, you know, do like the top chains and then turn it over once again, which is definitely great, but there are a lot of different variations that you are able to do that are actually also quite fun to practice, just like that. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.